Hi everyone, it's Vicky here from Crafty Heaven, and thank you very much for joining me today, and thank you for joining me on our last episode of the No Specialty Dies Fun Fold card series. So for the card to finish off this series, we are going to be making this Star Easel card, and I absolutely love it. This wasn't my idea. I actually got it off a Stampin' Up demonstrator. I believe she's German, and the measurement she used was centimeters, so I altered mine so it was inches. I can't remember the name, but I'll put a picture here of the lady who I got this idea from. I also want to say that last week's tutorial, the original maker for that card, I'm going to put up here because she commented on the video and told me that it was her original idea, which I did not know. Obviously I found it on Pinterest, so I want to give her some credit, and that is the original lady who made the card, so thank you for that. So this is the card we're going to be making. Like I said, it's a Star Easel card, and these come off, and obviously we've got the easel stand, and then you fold this and pop this into an envelope. Obviously you would have instructions on how to assemble this together. So you open the easel stand and you just slot these in there like so, and then it stands up. Okay, so the stamps and papers I've used to decorate this card, I have used from the newest magazine from Chloe's Creative Cards Collection Volume 16. So I've used from this magazine the beautiful papers that come with that, and also you get a stencil. Hopefully you can see that. We have an embossing folder, a snow globe die set, and then this beautiful stamp set. And then for the images, I've used the Creative Stamping issue 128, and this is the stamp set. I think you can't get this as a physical copy, but you should be able to get it over at Craftworld as a download. And this one, like I said, is new, so you should still be able to get this in your local shops and also on Craft Stash. As always, I'll link them both down below so you can get your hands on them. So there we go, that is the card that we are going to be creating today, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and this is going to be for the easel and these two sections here, so you can get all of that out of this sheet of cardstock. So on the 8 1/4 inch side, you will score at 4 1/8. Okay, and we're going to fold that up, and then we're going to bring in your paper trimmer, and you're going to get this fold in the center, and we're going to line up this point here and this point here in our paper trimmer. So line that up, so we've got the top of the fold here, and then we've got that point here, and then cut that like so. Okay, we're going to do the same to this side, so we want to line up this point to this point, so I'm going to do it this way, and make sure that's all lined up. Once you're happy, cut that. So now we have our easel stand, and these two pieces here, you want to keep them because they are for these two sections here. So for our patterned paper, you will need two pieces that measure 7 7/8 by 5 1/2, and to fold this in half the long way, it is an unusual size, which is 3 15/16 of an inch, and not many people know that measurement, and it confuses them. So all I'm going to do is just simply fold this in half, so then you don't have to worry about that measurement. Okay, Then we're just going to cut on that score line. So I'm going to line that up and cut on that score line. Okay, so now you'll have two separate pieces. The first one we're going to cut from this top left corner to this bottom right hand corner, and we're going to line those points up in our paper trimmer and cut them. So you'll have two pieces that go this way. Then you're going to get your second piece, and this time we're going to cut from the top right corner here to the bottom left corner. And then you'll have two that go this way and two that go that way. And you're going to repeat that with your second piece. Okay, so in total you should have 4 that way and 4 that way. Now we're going to add our patterned paper to our easel and to these sections here. So we're going to start off with the easel. So we're going to glue that one on the front, and then this one on this side, and then you're going to do the same for the back. Okay, so I've added my paper, and now we need to create this shape with our two triangles. We're going to get this one, and we're going to get this point here, and it doesn't matter where you line it up on your grid mat. Okay, so I'm just going to line this up at 4 inches. So I'm going to hold that at 4 inches. This point here does matter where we put it. So we're going to pop this at 2 inches. And making sure that's still lined up at the 4, but like I said, it doesn't matter where you place this point on the bottom here. Is this one you need to make sure it is at 2 inches, because it needs to be from this point here, it needs to be 2 inches up from this bottom point. Okay, then you're going to get your next piece, and we're going to lay this on top. This point and this point needs to be a gap of 1 1/8 of an inch. So I'm lining up this point on my grid mat at 2 7/8. Okay, and I'm just going to make sure that is 1 1/8, which it is, and then I'm going to hold them in place. Then this point we are going to move to the 2 inch mark. So these 2 points here are at the 2 inch, and then these 2 points here have a 1 1/8 of an inch gap between each other, and then hopefully it should be 2 inches from these bottom points to these points here. Okay, then once you're happy it's all in place, I'm just going to tick mark with a pencil okay, and then I can lift that up, and then I know to add my glue in this area here. So for that I'm going to use my Barely Art Position glue. Line up those points and then just glue that together. So you will have that shape. So now we want to get our easel. You're going to get this and you're going to fold it in half. Get your pencil and a ruler, and we're going to line up the 2 7/8 of an inch mark with this bottom right corner here. So line that up at 2 7/8 and then come up and just tick mark here. Then we're going to line up the bottom, and we're going to come in at 2 1/2, and then I'm going to line up those tick marks, and I'm going to come from here and I'm going to draw down to 1 inch. Your scissors and cut down that pencil line. Okay, so now you'll have this 1-inch slit here, and also you'll have it on the opposite side. We'll slot in to there like so, and then making sure that this bottom point is in the center, and it will stand up, and there we go. And then you just need to decorate it. So like I said, I'm going to be using the same images for this. I've also stamped my sentiment in like a bluey sparkle embossing powder, so I'm going to get them all coloured in, and then I will tell you what markers I've used, and then we can attach them to the card. So I've coloured in my images. For that, I've used the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blends. So for the snowman's hat and shoes, blue-grey blend. For the body and the snow here and the snowballs, I just went around with the light ice grey Extend. Then for his arms and buttons, I used the gold brown Extend. Band on his hat here, his scarf and mittens, I used the light green blend. For his nose and that buckle on his hat, I used the orange blend. And then for the stars, I used the citrus blend. So I'm going to have my sentiment along the top here. So I'm going to add a bit of glue to that. Okay, and then I'm going to add the stars on either end. So I've added all my images with foam tape. So I'm going to place that one on there. And that one on there, central. So he's going to go here, and then I'm going to add my snowballs. Okay, so I've attached the snowman and the snowballs, and then they just stand up like that. And how cute are they? So if you want, you could add a piece of card to the back. So I've just cut a piece of rectangle piece of card that measures 1 3/4 by 2 3/4, and just stuck that to the back. Now if you wanted to, you didn't have to add the pattern paper to the back. You could just leave that plain, and then you could add your message on there. But I wanted to add my paper to the back as well, so that's where I'd write my message. There we go, guys. That is my final card for this series, and I hope you enjoyed this No Specialty Die Fun Fold card series. I did put a question up on my YouTube channel asking if this is something that you would like me to continue doing, because it seems to have been very popular, which I'm really grateful for. And a couple of people have suggested some ideas. So from next week, beginning of December to the end of December, I am going to be doing last minute cards or last minute gift boxes, as someone suggested that for a series. So like I said, that will be starting next Monday, and then it will finish at the end of December. This video, then please give me a big thumbs up. Please continue to support my channel by hitting that subscribe button, and products will be listed down below as well that was used in today's video. So take care, guys, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.